Hello and welcome back to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you're enjoying the channel. Any support is much appreciated. So today we are looking at Wanda, or the Scarlet Witch, from WandaVision in a Disney Plus wave of Marvel Legends. Having a quick look at the box here, the artwork on the back, similar to the others, is very nice. It's the photo sketch. But let's get straight into looking at this much anticipated figure. So straight away, having a look, the figure is really nice. This obviously is the costume that we saw her in at the end of the show in that last episode when she finally transitioned and became the Scarlet Witch. If you actually have a look at the detail is really nice on the face and the head. It really captures the likeness of Elizabeth Olsen. It's easily by far the best version of her head sculpt we've had to date. But yeah, the detail in this figure from head to toe is absolutely phenomenal. Really captures the look of the character at the end of the series, and it's a look that a lot of people were hoping we would get in figure form. Obviously previously we've only had her in a civilian outfit, although she has had the red coat. We've not actually had her as the Scarlet Witch. The only thing is because obviously the feet are smaller, it is a bit more difficult to stand up, but that's not a problem once you mess around with it. Also in the box you get two alternative hands, which are obviously her powered up hands. See, there we go, a slight knock and she's fallen over. But yes, you get two powered up hands, you get two pink effects that go onto her arms. But let's compare her to some earlier releases. So this is obviously the 2-pack version of her that came with the Vision figure. And before her, let's just move them over a little bit. Before that one, we also got a single card release that was in the Civil War wave, I believe, where obviously the head sculpt isn't as good as the later ones. As you can see, the head sculpt there really doesn't resemble the actress, whereas the later two do a much better job. So the first thing to note is obviously the two earlier releases were pretty much the same, just an updated version with a better head sculpt and better colouring. And then obviously the more recent release is her in her full Scarlet Witch outfit. So if we just have a look at the very first release, you know, there's not really much resemblance to the actress there. So we'll get rid of that one and we'll just compare these two. Now, let me just open up her legs a little bit so that she can stand better. As I said, the thing with female figures is they are a bit more notoriously difficult to stand up, just because they have a smaller feet and a lot of the time come in heels as well. However, once you do get a pose, 9 out of 10 times they will stay stood up. So it's just a case of messing around. So anyway, comparing these two next to each other. Obviously two very different looks. The colour palette is very similar with the dark trousers and the red jacket stroke cape dress thing. The actual head and hair on the earlier release, a lot of people were quite pleased with. But then comparing it to this newer version, there's no comparison. So focusing just on this figure. The dress does limit the articulation because obviously it's a solid skirt dress thing, so it does limit the articulation of the legs. However, the figure itself has all the normal points of articulation that you would come to expect in a female figure. The legs, the arms, the knees, the elbows, etc. It is pinned, so it's not pinless. However, you are able to move it around and you could probably get her sitting in that seated pose that we saw at the very end of the series. Accessory wise, it's good that they've given us the extra hands and the power effects, and they've sort of become a staple of what Scarlet Witch comes with. There's not really much more you could have added to her, except of course the Darkhold. Now my friend RDJ Custom Creations created this and sent it over to me, so thanks very much. I'll link his profile in the description below. But having a Darkhold for her to hold obviously completes the look, in my opinion. The book became a very important piece of the plot towards the end of the series, so to have that to go alongside the figure is fantastic. Do go and check out RDJ Custom Creations. As I said, I'll link him up below in the description. He has a whole catalogue of painted and unpainted things available. So yeah, I mean, as a whole, this figure is fantastic. I think it definitely meets the expectations that people had for a Scarlet Witch figure, or an MCU Scarlet Witch figure. Personally, I really hope her look doesn't change a huge amount going forward. Otherwise, we've just been given a figure of her look in the final minutes of one episode of the show. However, she is a fantastic looking Scarlet Witch. Really captures the look of the actress, really captures the look of the character in the show, and looks fantastic alongside that white vision. Let's just put the powered up hands. That is time, so we are on to the last couple of seconds, but I'm going to run over just a little bit just so that you can see those powered up hands. It's a really nice addition that we've not had previously with a Scarlet Witch figure, and I'm sure we could probably put them on the earlier releases as well, so that you can create that iconic look from Endgame where she squared up against Thanos. But yeah, absolutely fantastic figure. Thanks very much for watching Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. If you've enjoyed this, then please do like, share and subscribe. Any support is much appreciated.